So we are live tonight, continuing my kind of series of one-on-one games. Tonight I have Alexander as a player, and we're playing the module, the Yellow Toad God's Well Solo Heroes kind of supplement, I guess is what you would call it. And essentially, Alexander's two characters, who he will introduce in a minute, are a village towards a village that's been destroyed, the Yellow Toadwell Village. It has a such a name because there supposedly is a god in this well, the toad god that protected this village. But 5 years ago, some ruffians trashed the village, stole everything, and pretty much killed everybody there. So yeah, it's not a very powerful god. But the peasants still stay away from it because it's a god and all that. But being hardy adventurers that know that the peasants often threw their greatest treasures into as well. You're approaching this. We'll say it's midday because you're not that far away. It's a village. It's burnt down. There's not much to see in the village itself. But when you get to the well, it is.
Does anyone still live in the village?
No, the village has been completely razed.
Okay.
It's all burnt up. Yeah, it's down 5 years ago. I mean, maybe people that are traveling through. Go ahead.
The peasants who won't go down the well, they are peasants from other villages because all the peasants here are all dead.
That is correct. They are from the neighboring villages that used to trade with this village. So that's where you've got like your rumors from. Everybody in this village apparently has been killed, as far as you know. It's been 5 years. They haven't found any survivors. Either the mercenaries or bandits, or whatever you want to call them, either killed them or took them as slaves, as far as you can tell. So yeah, this village is empty. The well though is still there. It's about a 20-foot drop down, and if you look down, you see water down there. It's up to 7 feet, and then it broke open into like a cavern, and at the bottom of the cavern is this like pool of water, and that's what they were drawing their water from. Just to clarify more, yeah, this village is deserted, as far as you can tell, and you've been here. We'll say you scouted around a bit. There's nobody here, but if you want to just, so we've got.
I didn't catch the very last thing you said.
You can do a little intro and then let me know if you have any other questions or what your characters want to do.
Right. So I'm playing two characters. Oh, introduction. I'm Alexander Baldwin. I don't have an active channel. I have a very inactive channel, so I'm not gonna promote it. But I am playing two characters. An elf named Velrune Simbas. Velrune is his first name. And also a dwarf named Group Velm. And so the elf was growing up, he was like, man, I'm not all about that chaotic lifestyle. I want like some peace and stability. And all the elves are like, well, that's dumb. You're dumb. And the dwarf was like, man, all this rigidity in my life is really getting to me. I want to, go out and explore and, have a bit of a time. And all the dwarves are like, well, that's stupid. Get out of here. And the two met and agreed that too much chaos or too much stability is bad. And so they decided that they're going to be friends and go on adventures together. And this is their second big adventure. They've gone on a few things before. Once before, they saw a dragon and they ran away. And other than that, it's been mostly just trivial stuff, going to lost ruins, not finding anything, fighting a zombie. But they're excited for some big-time adventure. They're hoping it's going to be a big payday down here.
Nice. Yeah, this could be the big one. Who knows, right? The villagers, the peasants and the villagers in this town always donated or offered up their greatest treasures to this toad god that supposedly lives in the well. Yeah. What you want to do?
We don't believe in no toad god. Don't believe in him at all, because if he did, he would have done a better job protecting them. So we're gonna go down there and find probably just a bunch of treasure, is what we're thinking. With our, smarts. Grupp over here has got a 6 int, so he's pretty confident that he knows what's up.
Nice.
The first thing we're gonna do is there a good place? Like, it's a well. Is there like a piece of wood structure around? So there's a rope that goes down. Like, can I climb down there without using my grappling hook?
So the well itself is encircled with about a 2.5 foot tall stone wall. You see the remnants. Probably would have had a roof and a barrel and rope and stuff. You think maybe, but the part that's still remaining is burnt. It's got so you feel like possibly down as well. So there's no way to get down there without using your own rope now, unless you want to jump down.
I mean, I want to use my own rope. I just want to know if there's something I can tie it off to. Like, the wood that's left. Is it? Does it look sturdy? Like, or is it like the fire has completely ruined it and it's brittle and it's gonna fall apart?
Um, it's burnt, but it's if you go down low enough on it, like towards the very bottom, right by the stones, it's solid enough to tie a rope around you. Looks like
All
it,
right,
anyways.
we're gonna tie the rope around that, and then the dwarf's gonna go down first, check it out, and then if it can, if the dwarf can get down without the rope breaking the thing, then the elf surely can.
Okay. So when you look down there, though, you drop your rope down, tie it and drop the end down into the well. It drops down about 20 feet or so into a pool of water.
Mm-hmm.
And you being a dwarf, and plus there's still, a little bit of, there's some daylight coming in. You get down about, past the 7 or 8 feet of earth, and then if you look off to what would be the east, so some raised land and a couple of tunnels heading off. So I guess if you were to swing, you might be able to avoid jump off the rope. Otherwise, you could just go into the water. Those two options, or anything else you could think of.
Well, if I go in the water, I'm only wearing leather armor, so I can probably just swim over there just fine, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna go down into the water and he's gonna sniff, get a good waft. Does he smell any treasure? Because dwarves can smell gold and gems, and if there's a decent
Yes.
amount, he can smell it from pretty far.
Yeah, you're sniffing for the gold, and you do sense some, not on the water, but deeper into the cavern. You So essentially, what you see is to the east. There's two exits from the southern part, the other to the northern part. So we'll say southeast, northeast. Um, it's hard to determine which one it's coming from, but you kind of sense that there's gold in that direction. But water is either blocking it or there's no gold directly in the water or gems.
All right. Should I be drawing my own map?
Sorry, you broke up.
I said, should I be drawing my own map?
Up to? Yeah, you can try them if you don't want to get lost.
All right. So, how deep does the water under the dwarf look? Group looks down. Grupp looks down into the water. How deep does it look like it is?
It's it's pretty deep. So you're gonna say it's at least 10 feet deep in the center where you are. Could be deeper.
All right. He's
And
gonna.
it's not. It's you, you notice. Sorry, you notice that. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to log back in because I'm breaking up here. Give me 1 second. Stand by. Hopefully it doesn't die when I.
Hey YouTube, how you doing? That's terrible.
Okay, let's see if that's better. I'm in Chrome now. Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay, so the water seems to be 10 feet deep.
Yeah. He's gonna try and swing over onto the dry land. See how it goes.
Okay, sure. If you want to try to swing without getting into the water, you can do that. You're going to need to say a DC 15 agility to not get in the water at all. So you're going to roll a D20 plus your agility or minus. And then also, if you are wearing armor, there might be a
I'm wearing leather armor.
okay. Did it have a check penalty? Do you know? I can look at you if you don't.
I'm gonna look real super quick.
Yeah, let's see. Armor, leather, -1.
All right. Well, then I
Yeah.
don't make it.
Okay. All right. So you swing out as best you can, but you end up splashing into the water. The water is not particularly. We'll say that you. How would you roll? Like terribly, or
I got a total of 13. Nope, 12 because of
okay.
-1.
So you land. All right. So you land like close to where the water. So the way you land, the water is probably only about you can feel on the bottom of it. There's something on the like maybe it feels like sticks or something down there, not rocks for sure, but like skinny and they're kind of cracking under your feet as you walk. As you walk your way towards the bang at you a little bit, but it might just be your imagination. And in any case, you get up to the shore.
What was the very last part? There. What's my imagination?
Uh, so it feels almost like it's pulling on you as you're kind of trudging through it. The stuff that's on the bottom, but that might just
Well,
be your imagination.
when I get out of the water, I'm gonna turn around and see if I can't grab some of what's under there out of the water.
Oh, okay, sure, you can definitely do that. Some bones. Uh, they look to be uh, children's bones, maybe because they're kind of small, and they're pretty rotty and crumbly. So they've been here for a while. So you pick them up, they kind of maybe pull out like we'll say pull out like a leg or something.
Hmm. Well, that's weird. And then group will call down to Velrune All right, come on down.
Okay.
And Varun is gonna pat. There's a pig up there actually. Group has a pet pig. And he's gonna tell the pig, whose name is Tammy. He's gonna tell Tammy the pig to keep watch and that he'll be back
Okay.
soon. And then Velrune, he's gonna climb down. Can he climb down like he's gonna climb down, but he's got a in the crook of his arm he's got a basket and he's climbing down real careful not to tip over the basket.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Probably used to carry this basket, so you're able to climb down the rope. Same thing. I mean, swinging with the basket might be difficult, but I guess if a group was holding the rope at the bottom, you might be able to kind of just work your way over without getting
Yeah, well,
too
what
wet
he's
if you
gonna
don't want to get wet.
if he swung a little bit, could he hand the basket over to group?
Sure, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, he's gonna swing over. He's gonna give it to group. Group's gonna take it. He's gonna set it down, and then Velrune is also gonna try and swing over there because I
Okay.
mean it's not a big deal, but you know you don't want soggy boots.
Sure.
Ah, does padded armor have a penalty? It does not. I got 15 exactly.
Nice. All right. Lighter on your feet as an elf, maybe you're able to land cleanly on the shore of this pool of water. And as noted, like these caverns are not particularly, this isn't like 10-foot square carved caverns. This is rough. So I'm going to give you just general directions for your mapping, so you know where you're going, without getting too elaborate. On the this east wall, one is on the northern part of the east wall, and the other one is on the southern part. If you look down each one to kind of see what you can see, uh, the one on the northern part, the one on the southern part runs for at least 60 feet before it turns.
The northern part does what?
There, that goes maybe about much further. The southern one goes further, 60 feet or so before it turns. Both caverns
Right.
are like
And which way do they
no
turn?
more than both caverns are no more than about 5 feet wide, and they're rough. They're rough hewn. They're maybe like 8 feet tall, so you can walk. Which way did you smell the gold? Probably more so to the north. You sense that these caverns are windy, and that there might be multiple places where you smell some gems, but they don't seem to be exactly where the gold is. You feel like that a lot of it might be interconnected, so it's hard to judge exactly where it is.
Yeah, I was actually asking
But your
which
intuition is
way does the tunnel
telling you to the
turn?
north.
Like the tunnel that
Oh,
goes
I'm sorry.
north, does it then go
The
west?
tunnel to the north, it's basically going. Well, it's going basically northeast, basically.
And I guess the south one goes southeast.
The south one goes southeast, but mostly.
All right. Well, group is going to tell Velrune that he smells more gold north, and also that there were bones in the water, and that he thinks there might be gold in other places too. And Velrune gives him the okay, sounds good, and they're going to head north. Group will be in front, and Velrune will be in the back. Group will be holding
Okay.
his longsword and his shield, and Velrune has his basket and his bow.
Okay. Perfect. So as noted, you had north, basically northeast. The travels about 20 feet or so, then it cuts, and then kind of goes back around the north. So it's kind of a spinny cavern, but you're basically going. Ultimately, you end up heading back more or less in the northeast direction after a couple turns. Uh, and you follow this cavern 150 feet, and you notice in front of you, it opens up into an area with another pool. There's basically it's only a few feet deep. This water. It is. Let me see through it. Into the water, like you can see that the bottom of this pool is kind of like silty and muddy, but doesn't look like it has any bones or anything like the other pool. Um, and just so you're coming in from the west wall. There's actually exits to the north, to the east, and to the south. So you've got exits in all directions.
Yeah. So this pool is a little bit silty. Is it big enough to warrant investigation?
Yeah, I mean the pool covers the entire floor of the room, and the room is probably 20 by 40 oval.
Hmm. Well, the dwarf
So,
is going. Go ahead.
so basically, in order to go to any one of these other exits, you'd have to walk through the pool. You can't really get around it.
Yeah. So the dwarf is gonna go real slowly to try and not muck. Like he's gonna go real slow to try and not muck up the water too much, not make a whole lot of noise. And then he's gonna peer around the corners to the north and south.
Okay, which one first?
North first.
Go okay, yeah, because you can just stay like close to the wall. Let's say, well, unless you want to walk down the center of the pool, it's up to you. But if you were to peer around the corner towards the south, the one to the north, then once you're there to get to the south, you'll have to cross the center of the room. That's why I asked. But in any case, so you head up to
Yeah,
the north.
that's fine.
You're kind of and what's the Valrune doing? Waiting.
He is looking, listening. Keep an alert so that if something comes up, he'll be watching for it.
Okay, yeah. So then you notice. So as group is about like maybe you're almost to that northern uh, northern tunnel dropped in temperature by several degrees, and up from the center of the place is an apparition. Looks like a kind of like a child, like a human child, but the face is heavily distorted with eyes bulging, kind of like a. And as this thing is rising above the water and kind of looking all creepy, group at your feet, you feel something grab. Let's roll initiative as these three creatures are making a move on you guys. So initiative is D20. You can roll for each of your characters, and I'll just roll once for the monsters.
Do I add anything?
It you all add 12.
No, we're not warriors. And I believe because the elf has a two-handed weapon, does he
You roll
only roll a
D16.
D12 or something? D16? I don't have a
D16,
D16.
yeah.
My phone does though.
Okay.
Well, they both got Well, they both got 12 plus 2 is 14. So
Oh,
that's convenient.
so they both
I
go on
guess.
14. That's convenient. Okay, so you see, as far as what rising over the center of the pool, maybe 25 feet away from you. Group, you actually look into the water when you feel the movement, and you see two more of these in the muck, so they're more or less under the water around your feet. So I don't think Valrum can really see them yet, since they're underwater. So what would you like to do?
Well, Varun is going to hastily sit down his basket and try and grab an arrow and shoot the thing in the middle. No, he's a
Okay.
spellcaster. No, he's gonna cast. Is it daytime still?
It is daytime, yes.
He's gonna cast magic missile at the apparition.
Mhm. So make your spell check.
Yes, I got a 17. I will now consult my list of spells. 17. Mad. Scroll. Magic missile 17. The caster throws a single missile that deals a d4 plus caster level. Okay. d4 plus 2 then. 3. 3 damage.
Okay. Let me actually roll this thing's hit points since I didn't do that yet. It kind of like breaks apart a bit and then reforms. But it's looking less solid than it being that it's an apparition. Let me just roll the other hit points as well. Okay. Okay. So it's not dead. Well, I mean it's dead, but it's not. Yeah. You know
It's
what I mean.
undead, but it's not dead.
Yeah.
Group
Yeah. Exactly.
is the thing that's
It's still
grabbing him
actively
is
fighting.
grabbing him,
Yeah.
which means
Mhm.
a thing that's grabbing him is grabbing him, so it's corporeal. So he's going to take a swing at it and try and bash the other one with his shield. Well, that's pretty good. 16 to hit with his longsword.
That hits.
Cool. Longswords deal a d8 damage, I think. For some reason, I didn't write this down.
Yep. D8. Yep. I believe so. Yep. D8 plus strength. If you got it.
I don't have strength, but it is my preferred weapon, so it will take 5 damage. And
Nice.
then
Flash out of this
he's
thing,
gonna.
and again it looks less hardy. Sorry. Go ahead.
And I smash the other one with my shield, and I, on a d14, rolled a 14.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that
And
actually hits because their AC is 14.
fantastic. And he can take a d3 damage. He can take one damage.
Oh, all right. Well, one damage is better than no damage. Okay, so you smack this thing. It looked at the one that you stabbed with the sword. Your legs. Okay, so the one that is flying over the pool shoots off towards over room as it can fly. Fly. Hopefully, well, it's hopefully afraid it's going to try to pass through your body. Oh, jeez. Okay, it rolls a 20, so that's going to hit. It passes through, basically, it passes through your body, doing a d4 damage. You roll a d4. There's 2 points of damage, but it also credited the PDF because I'm not at my house. So take a second here. crits. Oh, I could have seen the monster set. Critical hits by monsters. It is a undead. It is one hit die, so it uses undead table d6. So let me go to the undead table. Giant table undead. Here we go. D6. Rolling. I got 2. The cold touch of additional d4 damage, and you get the chills. Chattering your teeth noisily until magically healed. So I guess that means you really can't be sneaky. I guess if you're chattering your teeth, but it's going to do an additional d4 damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, that's all on Valrune. So that's it. That's additional. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough life.
Thing passes through you. Yeah. Okay, and then the other two are going to go after Groot. First one is grabbing at his leg. And he rolls 9 plus 2, so that's 11. That misses, I'm sure. And the second one, again, kind of code. They both miss. Right, you're 11, 10 each, right?
My AC is 14.
So that's all. That sounds about right. Since you have leather armor and all that. Cool. Yeah. So that definitely misses. So it's back around to you guys. What would you like to do?
Well, Valrune's gonna attempt to cast Magic Missile again because, holy shit, that thing hurts. And he rolls 18 plus 1
Nice.
is 19. 19. Magic throws 1d4 magic missiles that deal 1d4 plus caster level. All missiles must be aimed at the same target. Well, good, I wanted to anyways. He can take 3 magic missiles, and they will deal 4, 6, and 3 damage.
Oh,
4,
geez.
6, and 3. It's 13.
Nice.
Really hope that's enough.
That's a lot of
That is
damage.
a lot of damage.
So yeah, these magics. Yeah, yeah. This thing passed through you, and you spin around as it's charging back at you, and you blast. Well, what does your magic missile look like? Did you roll a what do you call it? A manifestation?
All right. Manifestation. Let me roll that real quick.
Yep.
They are flaming arrows.
Oh, nice. So your 3 flaming arrows shoot forth across this through this creature, and it just heard this kind of very high pitch but quickly ending scream as the phantasm vaporizes into nothingness. And this cool group.
Group is going to do the same thing he did last time. Take a big hearty swing at one and pound the other one with his shield. The one is a 16 to hit with his big old meaty sword, and he's going to do an impressive 2 points of damage.
Nice. It might not be that impressive. It's enough. Wouldn't slice into it, and it just basically disintegrates back into the water, turning into muck beneath your feet.
And
And what about the other one?
Group is so surprised that it's dead that he completely misses with his shield. It's a 2 on the die. It wasn't even close. He doesn't know who he was aiming at. He was like, "Whoa!"
Okay. So this last one looks up at you with its toad eyes and reaches forth and tries to grab onto group with the 15 that should hit. 16 is plus one. So you feel an icy cold chill as you take 3, and then a D4, not 4, and then 2. And it's back around to your turn. One creature's left. It is swinging at you, and you feel the death cold.
Yeah. Well, Varun doesn't want to risk it for the biscuit. He's gonna run over and stab it with his dagger, because he doesn't want to, lose one of his spells over this.
Okay, yeah, so you splash through and run forward.
That is only 13 to hit.
That is not enough. Its AC is 14.
Yeah, okay. Well, Group's got this. He's not even concerned. He rolled an 18 plus 1 is 19, so that's going to hit.
Yep.
And he's going to deal max damage of 9. Toasty.
Nice, that's enough. How do you chop this thing away from you?
Yeah, it's grabbing on my arm, and he's got a
Falls
shield.
down.
He clamps the arm against his chest with a shield and hacks its arm off at the shoulder. And then he's like, well, now it is disintegrated. Feels really good about himself and really bad about his injuries.
Yeah, it like the other turns to silt and falls back into the pool. There's a of listening to see if anything else happens, and you notice that you can really just only hear your own breath, and all's quiet in the chamber again. And you're both kind of standing in the water. And you don't hear anything else.
And Group says, quit that damn chattering. It's not that cold. And Velrun says, yes, it fucking is. Oh my god, it is so cold in here. And then
Yes.
a group decides that if there's anything super nearby that was going to attack them, they would have showed up already. So now he's just going to sniff around and see if he smells any gold.
You can smell some gold as you get down.
Down which
South.
way?
You also smell it to the east. Let me just check the north. You do not.
All right. I think the south smells a little bit more strongly. I believe we're gonna go south.
Yes.
And he goes, he's not stomping, but he's trudging through this water to get south.
Okay. Yeah. So you maybe the 15 feet of the cavern, and start to move down. You go down only about 20 feet or so, and the tunnel continues to the south, but it branches, and from that room is where you smell the gold. As you kind of peek in there, because you're approaching, so you kind of look in to see what stone idol. So this is kind of a largish room, about 30 foot round, more or less. At the back of it, all as far away from you as it could be, there's a limestone skeleton, but it's very amateur work here. In front of it is a huge mound of rotting fish. You can smell it, and you can see that there are about a dozen small bodies like the size of children that are laying kind of prostrate, almost like in are likely dead, you think, because they're covered in kind of a greenish transparent slime. This like idol, you've got offerings of fish, and you have like what look to be praying or worshiping children, but they seem to be covered in like a slime, so they not.
But do I see any gold?
You don't see any gold, but you definitely get a whiff of it in this room. With fish and such, but you don't see any gold. No, not yet.
Group says there's definitely gold in there, and also rotting fish and strange children. And Valroon says, well, I could tell everything but the first one. I've got eyes and a nose. And Group says, that's right. I keep forgetting your nose actually does work. Well, step one of our master plan is Valroon's going to attempt to... Wait, does Flaming Hands go out in front of him? Yeah, it does. Okay.
We can look at it.
He shoots out a wave
Yeah.
of fire at the
Yeah.
at the what he assumes are dead children. And I got a 13, which is it strikes one of them for 2 points of damage, if they can take damage. And as I do that, my hands turn into rolling, smoking flame. Like my hands literally turn into fire. Like
Nice.
thick with smoke fire. And then they turn back into hands.
Cool. All right, so you throw basically a flame ball or shoot a blast of flame at one of these children that are covered in this slime. Roll a d12 to see which one. There's 12 of them. So since in this you don't want to pick a number.
6. I hit number 6.
Okay, so you hit number 6. The flame hits it. You hear a puppy like sizzling away, and the from the top of it, and you then and you can see that it burned away the slime, and it looks well preserved. I mean, you don't know how long it's been here, of course, and of course you burn the skin of it. It does not seem to flinch or move, though. It's just laying there in its worshipful position.
Emboldened by this, Valroon and Group just brazenly walk into the room like they own the place. Group is going to head over to the idol to look at it.
Okay.
And Valroon is going to use... Actually, no. Valroon's going to look at the idol, and Group is going to take the staff that he has, and he's going to try and move the dead fish around to see if the gold is hiding underneath the fish.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so you come up, the fish are you come to the fish, you start pushing around the fish, and as soon as you do, you can immediately you get a whiff of stronger gold, and you kind of start to see there's some there's like some pins, and as you're kind of doing that and recognizing that, Varun approaches the idol, and when you do, child number 8 leaps forth. If you're surprised by this, so D20 trying to get your luck or under.
I am not surprised.
Okay, you're not surprised. Let's roll initiative then.
I am so not surprised
Ooh,
you'd think that
19
I
for
was
the-
expecting it. Group apparently surprised though, because he gets a very low initiative. He gets a 3. Plus 2 is 5.
Okay.
And now I gotta pull up my fucking D16 like that's a real die. And I get a 13. Plus 2 is 15. Time to go.
Okay. So it's basically looks like a child, much like those ghosts that you saw. It looks like a child, but its face is just heavily distorted and its eyes are bulging, almost like a toad's. And vomits at you. And you'll need to make a DC 15 reflex save. Velrum. Clearly.
18.
Okay, so you make it. So you avoid the vomit. It then tries to claw at you. Well, what's his armor class? I know the dwarf is 14. What's Velrum's?
Varoons has 15 thanks to his turtle friend.
Aha. So it just hits you. With its kind of dirty fingernails that are kind of clawish. For
Can I spend a luck point to make him not hit me?
No. You could have done it if you
Oh.
failed the save, but not. You can't avoid an attack. D6. Oh, it does 6 points of damage. That's a lot of damage.
Well, if you keep this
6
up,
points of damage to Velrune, and then it is your turn.
Velrune is going to be very unhappy, and he's going to try and cast Magic Missile, because during the day, that is his best spell. Because, for those of you listening in, his Magic Missile is Mercurial with the effect of Diurnal. During the daytime, it rolls a D24, and during the nighttime, it rolls a D16. Speaking of rolling really big, I rolled 21, which is... Holy shit! Holy shit, this thing is fucking toasted. So it's gonna get a D4 plus 2 missiles.
Yep.
So it's gonna get only 3. But they deal a D6 plus caster level instead. And that's 6. 6 more is 12. And 4 more is 16.
Okay, so describe how you blow this thing to fucking pieces.
Yeah, he scratches at me, and I'm like, "Oh, ho, ho, not today!" And he, his hand is still a little bit smoky from earlier, and he just throws it out, and fire explodes out of his hand in the form of flaming arrows. But these are bigger than the flaming arrows he normally shoots, and they quickly just slice through him. Like, they don't hit him, they go through him, and then they disappear into bursts of fire. And then he's fucking melted. I don't know if he disappears because he's a ghost.
He is
demon
not. No, he's
frog
not a ghost.
Baby. Okay.
Nope.
He's just fucking dead then.
He's in the flesh, so he falls. Yeah. A couple seconds go by. Nothing else seems to be moving. Group, probably readied yourself for combat, but You can look down and you see that like I said, there's trinkets of gold. It's enough to fill like a small like a pouch or whatever. You figure the value is roughly 500 gold pieces.
Yeah, group group points this
Of
out,
various
and
baubles and gold.
he says, hey, look at all this, and Velrune helps him pick it out of the fish, and he's like, why don't we put that in your backpack, Group? And Group's like, thanks, buddy. Buddy, old pal, friend of mine, you're so good to me. And then they they throw it all in Group's backpack, and then Group says, do you want to try and take the idol? And Velrune's like, I feel like if we touch the idol, another one of these creepy babies is going to come to life and spit on me. And honestly, I don't think I could take another hit. And Group says, yeah, you're still shivering pretty bad there. And Velrune's like, yeah, so let's fucking be careful. If I get to 0 HP, I'm just straight out dead, right? There's no, like...
So what happens is when you get to 0, if you at the end of the combat, if you get the body out of there, or if you win the combat, your allies can roll the body. And basically, you make a luck check, and if you succeed, then you go back to 1. You lose some stamina or something. We'll have to look it up. But so yeah, there's a chance you're not dead basically when you die, unless something, like, as long as you can get the body. So that's like your death save.
Okay, cool. Well, then Velrune's not totally like,
So
let's
yeah,
get the fuck out of here, but he's like, let's be super fucking careful. Super careful. Let's go. And he is going... now, Group probably can't smell gold as well, because there's a whole bunch of it in his bag, I'm guessing.
that's true.
So he's going to just remember that if they go back north and they go to the go to the east, there was treasure over there. And they're just going to leave the babies alone. The children, I keep saying babies, they're children, they're not babies. They're going to just leave them alone, go
Yeah.
back north a little bit, and then head to the east.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So you do that. So you go that you sludge through that water again. Probably being extra careful to make sure you're getting rid of them because they do not come back. And you move to the eastern tunnel, which is like the others, just a rough cave tunnel, and you're kind of traveling down about 15. Let's see, snaking passageway, phosphorescent slime. So you got this passageway's got like it's kind of lit, although you guys can see in the dark, so it's not that big of a deal. Off the walls. You see crude carvings of village life. Uh, you see, so basically, there's these like stick drawings of a child might have done it. About halfway down the passageway, though, you see 4 large lumps of slime on the floor, and they seem to be wriggling, and they kind of you can see that they start to move a little bit, and then you notice faces on them. They're basically like these, kind of like what you just fought in the idol room, but and they kind of look at you, and you can with menace in their eyes. They're probably about 25 feet away, and let's roll initiative because they're gonna come out of their slime and get you if you don't. So they're on a 2.
They have a 2?
2. Yeah, so
Wow.
you're
Yeah, no, I've got a 7 and a 21. What was the other one? Group is immediately like, oh, no,
which
how
one?
about none of that? Group goes first. And he's gonna back up, actually. He thinks he can't possibly be that fast. And he's going to, let's see, they're 25 feet away. He's gonna move his full movement of 40 feet away, and reposition, get a better feel for what's
that
going
water
on.
room. Okay.
That's fine. He'll stand at the very edge of the water. And Velrune is going to follow suit. He's going to back up, and he's going to be just barely. Now he's going to go completely in the water.
All right.
And a little bit to the side, because he's worried the vomit is going to be in a cone, and he wants to make sure he's not in the cone of vomit. And then it's still daytime, so let's fucking magic missile it up.
All right.
Let's fire it up. So can I spell burn after I roll, or do I have to do it before?
For spell burn, you
All right. Well, I'm going to spend
luck you can use
luck
after.
points because I got a 17, but I would much rather have an 18. So I'm going to burn 1 luck.
Okay.
Because if this doesn't go well, he's going to die anyway. So.
Yeah, that's actually.
So 18.
Yeah, that's a pretty good use. Yeah.
There's a D4 magic missiles. 4 magic missiles. Okay.
Nice.
They all must go at the same target. Okay. 5 more. 4 is 14. 17 damage. I'm sure that guy's fucking toast.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So since you don't know like which one's which and it's kind of random, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you roll your luck, luck check, and if you succeed, then you'll target the one with the most hit points, and if not, then I'll just randomly do it.
All right. But I have a slightly reduced luck now, so yeah, I am unlucky.
I'll just we'll roll d4 to see which one you target. You target number 4. Okay. Not bad. Whichever one you hope is going to be dead with that much damage for sure. All right. Did the group doesn't have any kind of missile weapon, right? So you didn't want to attack. You just backed up.
Yeah.
I think they definitely can come. If you want, because they move to you, if you want to make a melee attack, you can before they go, because you technically had a better
Sure.
or whatever. Yes, you can. Let me see which one.
I'll take a
for you to see
party.
which one it is. Yep. Cool. Sorry, I missed it if you told me what you
I
rolled.
need to figure out how.
Their AC is 2.
I didn't. I just made an excited face and punched the air. I rolled a 20, which means I crit, and I distinctly remember
nice.
crit rolls are weird.
Yep, crit's really good. So you're gonna go on your character. It should tell you what your crit table is, and also the crit die.
My crit die is a 10, and my table is 3.
Oh, nice.
Where is crit table 3?
Cool. Crit to do the whole PDF. It's on page 88.
Page 88. Crit table 3.
Well, it's on page 8. This is modified by your luck, by the way.
He
so,
has the warrior's
if you have
arm.
a positive luck.
Yeah.
Nice.
He also has warrior's arm, so he adds luck to the crit hit again.
Oh, nice. Double luck.
Yeah, 2 plus 2 is 4 is powerful strike hammers foe to his knees. Make another attack.
Nice.
And that is 15 to hit. What'd you say their AC was?
12. So that definitely hits.
Well,
So I guess give me
I'm gonna
two damages.
7 and 5 is 12.
That's enough. Yeah, you hack this thing to bits with your first blow, knocking it to its. Okay, there's two more. Going to group because if they go past you, then you'll be able to smack them. And actually, the corridor's really actually. You know, there's not enough room here for two of them to come at you. And one came at you and you got it. So all right, so I'm going to have it roll a one die down. One's going to be able to attack you, but it's going to use a D16 instead of a D20 because it's trying to get over the top of the other creature that you just killed. So I'm going to roll its attack. It rolled a 5. We're back up to group. You've got two more of these things. They're kind of trying to work their way over the body that you just dropped in front of them. Well, the two bodies, I guess. You can probably only reach one of them, but
So are these things all slimy and gross?
yeah.
What I would like to do is try and be low-key heroic, I guess. And I want to like push one into the other and then back up so that they would have to like stumble over the bodies to get to me again. So I want to basically, instead of my shield slam, I want to like walk over and stab and then push them back so that they're all stumbled up.
Okay. Sure. Why not? Make an attack and we'll see what happens. If you do enough.
I'm trying to be heroic. I get to do deeds or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think you get that though as a dwarf, do you?
Yeah, I get a deed.
This is you're my first dwarf, I think.
Do heroic stuff.
Hold on. You do get mighty deeds. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know the dwarfs got mighty deeds. And I'm the judge and everything. A 3 or better on your deed die in order to do the push.
Okay. Well, my deed die is a D3, so
yeah,
we
so
got
you
this.
get a 3.
But my attack with my sword is going to hit for. That is cocked. 3 damage.
All right.
I will deed die push. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know you add the deed die to your damage.
Add it to my damage?
It's basically your attack bonus and your damage bonus.
Then
Sorry.
it can take 2 more damage then.
All right, it is dead.
Well, suck it, Trebek.
All right, it doesn't. But if you want to, yeah, there's one more. I mean, if you want to try to make a stab at it, but it's behind the other one. So you know what? Hell, you can do it if you want. If you're being heroic, go for it. You want to smash it with your shield?
I'm gonna smash it with my shield, bash it in the face.
Okay.
I mean, it's like the 3rd time in his entire life he got to fight something as short as him, so you know he's excited about that. The shield is D14 or something. I had it written down, and then I lost it. Yeah, D14. I need to use my 14-sided dice, and I will roll a 7, and I add 2 is 9. That doesn't hit.
It does not hit. Oh, okay, so you try to bash, but it's just an awkward situation there with maybe you're distracted because you notice that the one that you just killed previously had around their flabby neck a gold necklace.
That is what distracts me.
But in any case,
Telling for Velrune to hit up that magic missile, because as long as I'm rolling well on it, I'm gonna just keep fucking. Okay, 19. 19 is the same thing I just did. Gonna get a D for
yeah,
magic
okay,
missile.
nice.
He's gonna get 2. It's 3 and 4 is 7.
Nice. All right, so your missiles whip past the melee as it falls to the ground, being all nasty and slimy, and all is quiet.
Yeah, and the
Got
very first
smashed.
thing.
So number 3 that you killed was wearing a necklace.
Yeah, the very first thing Group's gonna do, he's gonna reach down, he's gonna grab the necklace. He's gonna give it a good little sniff.
Okay.
Is it really gold?
It is actually gold. Yeah, it's gold and it's got a lot of slime on it, but you think a little polish will take care of that. It's
Yeah,
worth about 100 gold pieces.
He tosses it into his backpack. Yeah, so that could have been the gold he smelled before. So now he's trying to decide, does he want to press his luck or not? Because Valrune's pretty hurt. He's at half-mast. But this is more gold than he's ever seen in his life already, and they haven't been here that long. They might be able to get a little bit more. They can keep going down the east corridor, see if there's, just a little bit more money for them.
Kind of drifting to the south is kind of like as you pass by the mounds of slime where where the creatures pulled out of, the hallway turns to the south, back to the east again. So in a sense, you're kind of moving more or less southeast or easterly. You enter into, or you come to a cavern and you're looking into it. It's relatively large, about 40-foot square-ish. Again, nothing's really square. You can see that the floor of it looks scraped and clawed, like something heavy, or either something with very large claws, or things that are rough, like bones or stone, like hard stone was dragged across the floor. You can see, though, you're coming in basically from the west wall at this point. You see a tunnel from the north, to the north, I should say, to the east or to the south as well. So there's 4 exits from this room. No treasure, though, that you can see.
Group's gonna get down on the ground and then inspect the scratches and see if his dwarfishness will let him know what's going on with this.
Yeah, you're looking at it, and you can pretty much tell that it looks like something was dragged, something solid. What's your yeah? You got roll a DC 15. Actually, this is probably pretty easy for a dwarf. Roll a DC 10 check, just modified by your intelligence.
Well, then I've got a 50% chance because he's dumb. I got a 0.
Nice. Yeah. You think this is totally natural? No, you can't tell. It's really very unclear because there's a lot of stuff here.
But he does think it could still possibly be a giant monster with claws.
Yeah, it could be a giant monster with claws. It could be something that was dragged here. Water, limestone gets washed away, over time. It doesn't look like that. It definitely looks like it was scraped. Whether or not it was done on purpose or not is what's hard to tell. And you are neutral.
Yeah, he's neutral.
That was like a combination dad joke / D&D joke. Yeah. All right.
That was a D&D dad joke. A D and dad joke.
Yep. D and dad. There we go. We coined a phrase there.
Trying to decide how audacious they are compared to how much they don't want to die. Because this seems scary.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna back out. We're gonna back out, all the way to. You remember when we first got in? You could go north or south. That was an option.
Yeah.
We're gonna go all the way back there and go south because I remember there was gold in both directions, and I don't want to go into this room. Something scary's happened. Something heavy's been dragged, or there's a giant monster. I don't know, but these fucking children slime things are worshiping somebody, and I think he's through there, and I don't want to meet him.
Okay. All right. So you go back up, essentially northwest, to the roof silt. Where you fought the apparitions. There is one direction you didn't go here, just so you know, to the north. But if you want to go back to where you started, you go west.
That way.
You didn't smell any gold that way, no. You go west, which basically goes, west and kind of south and more southwest and, et cetera, until you get back to that original room. And then you start heading east. Goes like 60, 70, 80 feet, then turns to the north a bit, then turns back to the east. And when it does, there's a pathway going north, and there's a pathway going basically southeast. So you've kind of like, probably because you're a dwarf, and because you're not, and you can see, with a little bit of investigation, your sense of being a dwarf and going underground, you think that if you were to go to north here, that would bring you back to that room where the idol was. If you were to go south, that's someplace you go. If that makes sense, you're basically
being a master of. Being a master of 3-space geometry, the dwarf says, let's go south, because north is back to the idol room, and that place was scary.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, so you head south. It doesn't take long or so feet before it opens up into this chamber is mostly filled with water. Let's see, it's her description. There's basically standing water on the floor. You kind of walk a few feet into the chamber, though it's not like right at the entrance. A large pool in the center. Again, it has that silty stuff in the bottom. It's only about 3 feet deep, like before. It kind of looks like that other room. Actually, hold on. No, actually, this is 6 feet deep.
6 feet?
You can see that silty stuff at the bottom. And if you were to swim across, you see there's an entrance or an exit, I should say, from the room. Go. Yeah, I mean, you could, I suppose, walk across the bottom of it, but that you're not that heavy. You're not wearing plate or any armor or anything in the water.
Man, okay. Like, I don't wanna be like, okay, well, that's it, end a campaign, but they're not gonna go in this giant pool of water. There's scary shit in water. They're not gonna fucking do it. We'll go back north, and the way you said north was gonna lead to the idol room, they'll go check, make sure it does lead to the idol room, and there's not like another path going somewhere. But
yeah, okay. So you back out of this room. You're exploring around north, and sure enough, after about 30 or so feet, to your left now, because you're going north versus south, it opens up into that room, and you can smell a little bit of burning from when you fried that slime monster in here. The idol's still here. The rotten fish are still here, but they're scattered around now since all the goals were picked out of it. If you were to go a little bit, like about 20 feet north, you'd be back in that room that you found with the organ.
All right. Group wants to keep going a little bit because he's feeling a little emboldened, and he says, "You know what? That room where something was dragged, I don't think that's where the scary thing is. I think it's living in the pool of water. Because if I was a scary frog demon, I would live in a pool of water. So let's go to the scrape room, and they're gonna head over to the scrape room."
Okay, yeah. So you go back to that room with the scrapes, and again, there's besides the way you're coming, which is basically an exit from this room on the north wall, on the east wall, and on the south wall.
Yes. The first things first is I realized we're gonna check this. There's no new construction, right? This is all naturally formed.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
As a dwarf, I can tell. Is there anything that was constructed here, or is this all naturally formed? Everything.
Everything here is natural.
Cool.
The only thing you've seen constructed so far is the very, very.
Does the scraping lead anywhere? Like, does it lead to a different room?
Yeah, it seems like as you start to investigate it, that's most of the scraping and stuff. I mean, it kind of goes everywhere, but most of it seems.
To the north, then. That's where all the rest of the treasure is, and hopefully not a frog demon god.
Okay. Yes, you move passage. It goes up about 30, 40, about 40 feet or so, and it looks like it opens up into a room. Now, roll a d6.
Enter very stealthy. Gonna sneaky enter the room.
Okay.
3.
Okay. So you sneak into the room. You're looking into this room. It's about 30 feet north to south, about the same. It's a round room, more or less, about 30 foot round. You center of it, a large, probably 7 foot tall, so you can't tell exactly how tall it is, creature that seems to be a hideous mix of a human. It has like human arms and legs, but the midsection is fat and bloated, and the head is that of a toad with lots of like warts and nastiness and slime pouring out of its mouth as it lies there. So
The dwarf
yeah, it's
says
asleep.
in Elven, because he knows Elven. "It's asleep. I think we can take it." And the elf says, "No." And the dwarf says, "Yeah, we can take it." And the elf says, "No." And the dwarf says, "I'm gonna get it." And he's gonna try and sneak over to it. And the elf's like, "Oh god, no. Oh my god, no. No. Mm-mm-mm. Okay." And he's gonna ready to.
Okay.
He's gonna fucking burn it up. He's gonna spell points burn as soon as that thing is awake. There's probably not ready actions or whatever, but that's what he's doing regardless. However the mechanics work, he's getting ready to
Yeah. What?
spell burn it up to fire off the nastiest magic missile he can.
Okay. Yeah. You can each have one
Um,
action, a free action. Because it's basically surprised because it's asleep. Because it's incapacitated, that's what you're doing. You can use one die up, so you can use a D24 for your attack. And I'm going to say, even though this isn't part of the rules, because I think it's sleeping, so I'm going to say it will automatically crit as long as you hit.
All right, D24. A 21 plus 1, 22 to hit.
You can let me do. Oh, let me roll his hit points.
So,
Okay, so there's 24 hit points. Okay, so do some damage here.
so I rolled a 1 plus 2 is 3, and I want you to explain this one to me. Foe steps into the attack.
Okay.
Plus D8 damage. How did this guy step into my attack? Did he just like happen to roll over as I was stabbing?
Well, how about you slip a little bit since you roll kind of shitty with your damage, but you slide into his attack. How's that? That works better for us. You
slide
slip
into
into the
his
post.
attack. There, okay.
Yeah, exactly. You slide into your own attack card. Right. What was the damage?
15 damage, is that right? 15, I think? Because I rolled a D8 and a D5. I got 5s on both. And then I add a 1 from being that being my special weapon, and then you said I roll my what was it? My attack dice.
You did die. Yep,
My D die also goes towards my damage.
that's correct.
Yeah, then 15, I think. 14.
Whoa! All right. Unfortunately, all right. That is a lot of damage. Holy shit. Okay. All right, and Valroon. Should this might be a
Varun,
short
like I
fight.
said, he's gonna fucking burn it up. He's gonna burn 2 points of strength off.
Okay.
And
So you add 2 to your roll.
He might also burn. I roll 2d4 to my roll, right?
No. Spell burn is 1 point per point.
Oh, it's thieves that add a D4
It's
for
1
their...
point for 1 point. Yeah, thieves have a luck die, which could be a D3, a D4, whatever, depending on you. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thief thing. Spell burn is just a point
Pay
for
no
a point.
attention to me.
No.
I learned all of the rules of this literally like 3 hours ago, so...
Yeah, I can't believe that. I mean, you actually know the rules better than I just learned them, so that's good. But yeah,
he's going to burn 2 strength, 2 agility. And big boy, burn it up.
Okay.
Because after this,
so that's 4 points to add it to your
adventure for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. All right, so that'll give you a +4 in addition to any other bonuses you have. Do not roll a 1. Because if you crit fail,
I rolled.
Okay, good.
I rolled a 20 on my D24, which with my spell burn gets me to 24.
Nice.
Which is big boy damage.
Nice.
A single powerful missile that does 4d12.
Oh, Jesus. Holy shit, 1,000 feet away, you could throw this thing. That's pretty awesome. 4d12.
That is 20
I mean, there's a chance you might not kill it.
Of single fire.
All right. So, explain how you...
Right, so he goes to, like, his skin, his arms catch fire as he burns away some of his life force to empower the spell. and then he thrusts his hand right at the target, and it's incredibly painful, and it feels like his forearm is ripped out of his hand as it shoots out to hit it. And if you look closely enough, the arrow looks exactly like the arm bone out of his arm, and it smacks into it, and it explodes. Like it doesn't act like an arrow. It like hits him and explodes. It looks kind of like they wouldn't know what dynamite is, but it looks like dynamite went off, got thrown into him and exploded. And then he's like holding his arms like, fuck, ow, my god. Oh, ow, 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 fuckity, fuck, that hurts. And group is like, did you see that? I fucking stabbed him so hard he exploded. And Velrune is not that amused.
Fantastic. So you explode the toad god, which apparently is no god at all. Enter the chamber. It's all quiet. You see piled in the back what is probably the toad god's stash, which consists of some coins, some silver and gold, about 400 gold pieces. Is about 8. So we'll say there's 10. There's 10 actually gems here. They're worth about 50 gold pieces each. So a scroll, which has the spell read language on it, which is that even a spell in this? Comprehend language, I guess, would be in this. So a potion, which through some testing you can find out what it is. But I'll tell you what it is because why not? It is a potion of healing.
Yeah. Velrune.
You can make your way out. Oh, there's also a rope.
A rope?
Yeah, there's also it's very nice whoever made this adventure. I couldn't find the name on it if you didn't have a rope. Yep.
Well,
It
we're
says
going to
a long coil of silk rope. Sorry, a long coil of silk rope, too filthy to be worth anything, but strong enough to climb back out.
we're basically gonna kind of half abandon stealth for speed and just try and get the fuck out of here.
So let me see if there's any. I'm just kidding. Actually, I think you killed everything in the whole place, to be honest with you. Well, there's one passage you didn't take. Let me see.
Well, they don't fucking.
Okay.
We do not know that everything's dead, and we want to get out, and we don't want to find anything. We don't want to find any more treasure. We don't want to fight any more things. We want to go home, heal up, and be rich.
Yeah. No, I was saying whether or not I need to roll for wandering monster, but yeah, I did because yeah, you definitely got a shit ton of treasure. You're kind of beat, and burnt, and battered, but when you get to the top, after your injuries, your watch pig is there, and he is guarded properly, and nothing that you left up there, if you left anything, has been stolen. And another day, excellent. Well done, Alexander. That was really fun. That was a good one, I thought.
Yes.
And I think if you
we
want to use these characters again, I
some of our stuff
can give you XP.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Go for it. Can I, if I do use this character again, can you tell me what gear they collected? Like, I didn't write down the stuff because I didn't think it mattered because I didn't think I was going to play these guys again.
They will send you. For sure. Yeah, I'll send you the XP and I'll send you the gold and stuff you picked up because you got a decent amount of gold, some nice fancy armor and stuff. Excellent job. I'm gonna end the broadcast.
We can buy a cleric. We'll...
All right. Hold on.